Hey everyone, it's BMW 6 Series Day. These are three different variations of the E24 6 Series. We have two Autoarts, opening diecast, and a new arrival in my collection, a closed resin Otto Alpina B7. So let's start with the run-of-the-mill 635 CSI. This is a pretty old Autoart release. Pretty neat car. Turn down the light again. I think they call these wheels bottle caps, is the nickname. You would have found them on 80s. Pretty much everything BMW. Great wheels, great paint. I love the little mud flaps. Nice exhaust detail. Everything opens. We do have dog legs in the trunk, but the carpeting's nice to see. Color's great. It's kind of a bluish gray. There is the very good engine detail. I like the breakup to emulate the sound deadening under the hood. This would have been an M30. This is the engine designation. 3.5 liter straight six single overhead cam. Depending on year, like 182, 208 horsepower. I think the later 80s was the 208. The grille, that gap in between doesn't seem that accurate based on pictures of the real car. I actually was almost given one of these when I was 17 for working on it with a very wealthy Ferrari owner. But my parents said, "You're 17, you can't have two cars." Wah, wah. And now it's probably a $12,000 to $15,000 car that I was offered for $200, but can't go back in time and beat up my parents. So interior detail, typical good classic Autoart, carpeted. This would be the Millennium series of Autoarts. There's some dust there. It wouldn't be one of my cars if it didn't have some dust. Retail on this would have been like $59, $69 like 20 years ago. And now this is probably a $300 to $400 car on eBay. So that's where it started with the 635, the packaging. Typical BMW Millennium or Autoart Millennium box. Styro. These have a habit of yellowing over time. This one's actually pretty good. I'm a non-smoker. I'm sure it came from a non-smoker's house before me. This is next up, another Autoart. This, of course, is an M6 or M635 CSI, depending on what country. It's called, I think, the Shadow Line trim, which means the chrome has been deleted. Again, I think that gap between the grille is a little too big. The BBS, I think style 5, you could describe these as. These BBS wheels are great. I think some wheels from Autoart of this model didn't have the rivets on the outside. This one does. Again, this is another really good metallic gray, silvery color. This time we have the battery in the back, so it's an M car. Engine. Now this is a dual cam, proper M motor, so I think this is the S38 code. 256 horsepower in North America, 286 in other countries. You always know a proper M motor by individual throttle bodies, or ITBs if you will. Again, this is another great classic Autoart. If I can open the door. Very similar interior, obviously, to the 635. This is another one that would have been $59, $69 20 years ago. This now does like $300 to $500, somewhere like that, in eBay. Packaging, very similar to what I just showed you for the other one. Again, box is in pretty good condition, not too yellowed. I always like these because of how nicely they stack. Last up, I just got this in this week. This is an Alpina B7 Turbo, or bi-turbo. Some differences you'll notice is the trim. They actually have painted silver, and on the Autoart that's actual chrome and it's a separate piece. so this isn't that convincing. However, the grills, although they look a little crooked to me, but the spacing I feel like is much more accurate. Paint is good. It's a nice metallic blue. The gold Alpina decals are neat. Alpina wheels are neat. They don't have the air cap on the outer rim. It's kind of like a neat Alpina thing. I think the air goes through the center cap. This one had a really bad bubbled window, properly delaminated, but I have a pretty good fix for it, so you really can't tell. It's a clear drying glue that's water soluble, so you just wipe off any excess. It comes out really nice. Overall, this is very good. Interior is good. And this is car number 1341 out of 3000. 3000 is a pretty high production number for an auto. This originally would have come out for about 79 bucks retail, but they have gone up quite a bit. I paid $38 from American Excellence, and at that price I'm certainly not mad at it. I had a duplicate because I bought two on American Excellence, and that sold for 140 bucks or so on eBay, so it paid for a few cars I kept. There's your typical boring auto box. So that's it for this week. Hope you liked it. I've got so many cars in the mail. There's going to be a few more of these comparison videos coming up. So please like and subscribe. Everyone have a good one.